Hello everyone. I think many people have tried this kind of ice cream Snickers. Today we will cook it only in giant size. But first we will study the original, so we print it out. From the outside it looks like just a chocolate bar. Let's look inside. So, the first layer is milk chocolate, then a layer of peanuts with caramel, and the last layer is ice cream with cocoa and peanut paste. Let's taste it. Yes, it's just an awesome combination. Let's start cooking with ice cream. Milk powder is often used in factories, so we will do the same. We collect it, measure out the right amount on the scales. We need 3.5 kilograms. Pour the powdered milk into the first basin and another 3.5 kilograms into the second. Here is a little cocoa, so that the color of the ice cream was like in the original. You will also need sugar, it also needs to be measured on the scales. You should get 4.5 kilograms. Pour into the first basin. Then we measure out the same amount of sugar and pour it into the second one. But now you will need a lot of water, 70 liters. To make it easier to mix, first pour half of all the water. And just combine dry powders with water with a stick. Until you get a kind of cold cocoa. And repeat the same with the second basin. When everything is well stirred, pour the remaining water. In order to increase the fat content of the mixture, add 33% cream. Now we need xanthan and guar gum, they will make the mixture much thicker to get a good ice cream. We measure 115 grams of each powder. Mix them together and gradually pour the mixture, while stirring with a mixer. These powders need to be mixed very carefully so that there are no lumps. And if everything is done correctly, the mass begins to thicken. The first batch is ready, we move on to the second. We also pour Santanova Jaguar Stone. "20 minutes of stirring and the mass became thick. It's time to put the ice cream in the freezer. We leave him here for the whole day. On the third day we will need a lot of peanuts. There are 50 kilograms here. Our peanuts are peeled, but raw, so we fry them. We pour almost a full cauldron. And turn on the gas. Now it needs to be constantly stirred so that the rice is fried evenly. After 30 minutes of roasting, it began to smell very tasty. On some of the women, there were pricks, so the first batch of peanuts is definitely ready. Pour it into a saucepan. Done. And we fill the goat with the next batch of raw peanuts and fry it too. So we fried all 50 kilograms. The composition of the ice cream includes peanut paste, so we fall asleep with roasted peanuts mélanger. Stone millstones gradually break up the peanuts, and because of the oil released, the oil becomes moist. We add more. Mélange will grind peanuts for 2 hours, after which peanut paste is obtained. And to make it sweet, add corn syrup. And pour the perfectly smooth peanut paste into a bowl. We made 3 parks in total. The bowl is completely filled. Let's go to our ice cream. And we see that for the whole day it barely grabbed. Pour half of the peanut paste into each basin. With a small mixer, we mix it into the ice cream. By the way, we also interfere with air bubbles, so that the ice cream will turn out more lush. We leave it to freeze. Meanwhile, we will prepare a mold for a giant Snickers ice cream. The inner walls are watered with oil and immediately smeared. Now the parchment sheet is perfectly glued to the wall and the number of folds will be minimal. Smooth out the parchment. We lift the wall and fix the parchment with tape. The first wall is ready. In the same way, you need to prepare the rest. We put plywood in a food film on the bottom, and also install the walls. And close the form. Done. It's time to melt the first batch of milk chocolate, namely 10 kilograms. Mix it periodically so that the chocolate melts evenly. And an hour later, everything is ready. Remove the gastro capacity and pour all the chocolate on the bottom of the mold. Do not forget to scrape the remains from the walls. There is at least 1 kilogram of chocolate. And spread the chocolate on the bottom with a wide spatula. The next day, the chocolate froze and so did our ice cream. Therefore, You need to mix it one last time to still stir the air bubbles for splendor. Done. While the form is still empty and light, we transfer it to the freezer. We scoop up the ice cream and shift the mold. Carefully level the ice cream layer and close the freezer. For caramel, pour 8 liters of milk into a saucepan in advance. And put it on the stove to heat up at minimum power. Now you need to squeeze 7.5 kilograms of corn syrup into a large saucepan. We set the pan on the burner and pour 30 kilograms of sugar. Pour 4 liters of water on top, and mix that all the sugar is wet. Done. You can turn on the burner. And cover the pan with a lid so that it heats up faster. When the caramel boils, remove the lid and install the thermometer. We cook the caramel to 144 degrees. Now you will need a lot of butter. We print it out. There are 5 kilograms in this block, and we need 200, so we will cut off the excess. And the rest is cut into large cubes. And we dump it into caramel. Now this oil needs to be mixed with caramel. It remains to pour 8 liters of hot milk. And also,